Luno transforms everyday vehicles into comfortable, convenient campsites, turning the road into your trailhead and your car into your base camp. Joining us tonight is founder Peter Ducato, who is a seasoned entrepreneur and strategic product strategist with a passion for building brands that blend design and impact. Welcome to the stage, Peter. There we go.
The clicker. All right, awesome, thank you. All right, hello everybody. All right, today I'm going to be talking to you about Luno. So let me go ahead and I'm going to start it off with a story. So just as all startups, there's probably a nightmare that has happened. So I'm going to start out with our nightmare. This is me driving a forklift in the early stages in Ventura, California. And I had been driving to our little warehouse that we had. We opened up our first 40-foot container. This had all of our pre-sale units in it. You're seeing some crushed boxes on the bottom of it. The pallets had been tilted over, and as we were using the forklift to take them off, everything was kind of just falling all over the place. So we did eventually get it all off, and this is us packing up the first order and some of the team that had started out with us. This is me thinking everything was packed up, everything's good to go, and everything's grand. But little did we know that we then inflated a mattress on that day, and all the inflate valves were where the deflate valves were. So it was a functional mattress, but we had thousands of products that were all essentially wrong and incorrectly made. So this was during COVID. We were not able to have boots on the ground in Asia. And we had our team spend 2 days on crafting this email here. We worked with a company to build patches to kind of direct the people to correctly inflate them. And all but one person out of over 1,000 orders said yes to accepting the product. So we were super grateful for that. So I'm Peter. I am the founder of Luno, but also a lover of the outdoors and have been in Bend for about 3 years now. And yeah, I just have been really enjoying bringing this brand to life, and it's been quite the journey. So I'm going to kick it off with a little about Luno here. So we were privately held. We started in 2018, and we conceived the idea then. We create gear for the back of vehicles so you can camp comfortably. We have about now 14 actually full-time campers, so employees. About 9 are here in Bend, and then rest are remote. And we offer our product in USA. We have a couple nodes on the East Coast and here in the West in California. We opened up Canada and Australia, and we'll be in New Zealand this fall and their spring. And I just want to give a shout out to our team and our mentors here in town, and just wanted to say thank you. Very grateful for this opportunity for them to be along with us. So here's a little on our company evolution. As I said, the idea started in 2018, 2019. That story that I spoke to in May of 2020 is when we launched. We are a COVID baby, so we had then sold out in about 3 months on that first order. And then we moved into the van category. We hit 2.6 million at the end of 2021. We expanded into a few different regions like Australia and Canada, and new markets like trucks and vans. And then at the end of last year, we hit 5 million, which we were super proud of at the end of 2024. So luckily, we've been able to hold and sustain growth. And out of the geopolitical environment and the inventory issues we run into, May of just this last month was still our biggest month yet since inception. A little bit about the market. People do spend about 61 billion. This is from KOA, which is the Campground Association report. And we have about 57 million households reporting that they go camping in a year. And then since 2019, it's been about 11 million added to that. Gen Z is growing, so the younger population is really starting to enjoy the outside, but the biggest is the millennials, but that is starting to equalize, and we're seeing a lot of growth there. So why Luno? Why did we start this company, or why does it exist? We truly found something that gives people accessibility to the outdoors. It's a bed in the back of your vehicle, and it brings a very comfortable and convenient way to sleep outside. You don't need to invest into a van. You don't need to have an RV or a trailer. It's a very simple few-minute setup, and you're protected from weather. You can lock your doors. You get a lot of people with disabilities kind of buying into this, and even solo female travelers who can feel more safe. So our main flagship product are the mattresses, which you're seeing here on the left-hand side. And then we offer that for the trucks and the vans. And then some of our flagship accessories are our window screens, which are in the top middle. These allow you to shut your doors, roll down your windows, and get that tent-like experience with airflow, privacy, and from bugs. And then another product that is a special call out is our shoe and storage bag. So if you don't want to take your shoes inside after a run or a hike, these air out on the bottom, but they're weatherproof from the top down. So that is our ecosystem. This is our flagship product. It's a mattress that, as you can see, turns your car into the bed. This is our warmest and most comfortable. And we fit over 4,500 vehicle types. And those are some of the brands that we accommodate. It's not a one size fits all. So you go to our website and you put in the make, model, year, and we send you the right fit. And so we've been able to get a utility patent on this, and it's been one of our best sellers since launching it. I think it was just last year. This is the most exciting part of the company that I enjoy. This is our re-roam program, which is part of our Care Camp program. And we give a new life to every defective mattress. So every mattress that has a slight issue with it, we send it back to Bend. And then we have a local partner. His name is Jeff with Tailgate Industries. He's been monumental to kind of bringing this to market. And it's essentially giving circularity to making a good ethical business decision by upcycling our mattresses and turning them into some of the items that you're seeing here. So this is kind of just the process what we go through. It's from designing tech packs. All of our designs are made in-house. And we bring them to Jeff, and he kind of puts it in motion of cutting down the material and making it readily available to those items. So what's exciting? What's ahead? What are we looking forward to? The automotive industry is changing. EVs are becoming extremely popular. And what does that mean? You can control your climate for the first time ever. So when you're camping in your car, you can turn your heat or air to 72, and you have a comfortable sleep. So if it's really cold or really hot in the south, maybe, you no longer really have to worry about just being cooked or too cold to sleep in your car, because I'm sure we all have those stories. These EVs have big open sky windows, so you can stargaze at night. And it's just a really exciting parallel for our company and where we're seeing the automotive industry going. So I'm going to end with our ask. So Luno is pioneering a new category. This is what we're calling VBC, vehicle-based camping, traditionally called car camping, where you have your car near or around you, but sleeping in a tent. We are truly doing car camping by setting it up inside. So think Stanley. They have reinvented thermal insulated drinkware way back in the day. We work with a gentleman named Van, and he was part of kind of bringing that to market. So we're trying to understand how to operate in retail, build brand awareness, but finding people who are connectors or industry professionals who have experience with that. Or honestly, if you do have more availability to kind of bring some other ideas with us to life, let me know. But thank you for listening.
Well done. Beautiful pitch.
Thank you.
This is such a fun brand, and I'm wondering, I know you said it's retail, so I'm assuming it's direct to consumer. Are you selling out of any retail outlets right now?
Yes, we're in Backcountry Mountain Equipment Company in Mech, Huckberry, and then a variety of mom and pop shops.
Okay, you guys are killing it. This is so awesome. I love it. Okay, questions from the crowd for Luno. Yes, right here.
Hey, nice to meet you, Parker.
Awesome. I was curious, so when you're selecting like countries to expand into, is it kind of based on rates of camping? Is it based on car-centric culture? Because I noticed like New Zealand,
Hmm.
Australia, America,
Yeah.
like they tend to import cars in Canada as well. So is
Yeah.
that like how do you decide where you're going
Yeah,
next?
this is a great question. He wants to know, when you're thinking about expanding into other countries, how do you decide where you're going next? Are you looking at car-centric cultures? Are you looking at cultures that are already embracing camping? What helps you decide?
hmm We've looked at inquiries mainly. So people from these other countries inquire directly to us, and we can obviously pull data from those and the frequency or the cadence of those. And then just by nature of looking at those market types and vehicles is another issue for us. Is there similarities in fitments or models sold in those areas that we can easily break into? But a variety of research on the data, looking at the camping trends. Australia was massive for us because of their overlanding community. But we have like direct inquiries that help us understand where to go next in terms of like who's reaching out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, right here.
Hey, and then, wait, Nancy,
Mhm.
you
Perfect.
mentioned there's like 4,000 and 4,500 different vehicle platforms you can custom fit to.
Mhm.
How does that work?
Hmm.
Are you getting a 3D scan of all these cars and just
Yeah, this is a fun
Yeah.
question. So he's saying, you mentioned there's like over 4,000 different um, uh, landscapes for the cars, for lack of a better word. And how do you get it right in turn? Like, are you using 3D print modeling, or how are you sorting out how to fit these cars properly?
Yeah. In the early stages, it was us going to dealerships and measuring out a couple of the vehicles with tape measures and lasers. But we know which vehicles through research that we can tailor to because of demand of how they're being used in the camping world. But we've partnered with these OEMs like Toyota, Subaru, Ford, and they can send us CAD models ahead of the time so that we kind of know the fitment. But it's a mix of scanning with 3D scanners, going to dealerships. If it's easy measurements, our tolerances are not as tight because it is an inflatable, and just kind of using the data of on-site versus the partnerships helps us out a ton.
Oh, that's great. Like, how many people are like wondering about their car right now? I know I am. Yes, right here.
Do you have a avenue right now where you offer repairs or recyclable and clean? I know you do it to different products, but if the match is like.
Yeah, this is a good question. So, do you have a mechanism for repairing the product if it runs into issues, if it has a hole or a leak? Are people able to somehow get that repaired, and are you managing that?
Mhm. We don't manage the repair as a company. The economics of it have been a little bit difficult to ship it back because of the weight. It's a heavier mattress because you're not traveling in a hike mode with it. So we provide repair kits if we feel it can be repaired based on what the customer speaks to us on. Or if it is defective, we'll take it back, repair it in house, and we'll transfer it out to them or put it to our re-roam program where we upcycle it. So patch kit or repair in house, but give them a new one in return.
That's great. Okay, I think we have one more question. Yes.
prior to my current company, I worked a long time at an Amazon accelerator.
Mhm.
So I know I love the relationship with the platform. There's a lot of trade-offs. But have you guys looked at that as a channel, or do you have an opinion?
Yeah, great question. So he has previous experience working with Amazon as a platform, has some kind of mixed reviews on the whole thing, but wondering if that's an avenue that you are pursuing.
Yeah. I think our mentor, Russ Hopkus, would enjoy this question most, but he is an advocate for not being on Amazon, but we are. And you have to be careful with a brand because it can dilute it. So we only pick specific products to put on that channel, or we make unique ones that are more fitting for that audience. So, yeah. Yep, exactly. Hold brand equity if you can, really anchor that down, and then be selective on what you promote on it.
Okay, I just have one more question because I love this. So, what has been your favorite part of this whole thing?
Of the company just
Yeah, this the whole experience.
I think finding a switch into a career where you work around people who just are so passionate about it. And I think the stories and the customers that share their experiences with you, like it brightens up your day big
Oh,
time.
I love
So
that. Yeah, I'm happy for you. That's really cool.
thank you.
Well, this was
Yeah.
a beautiful pitch, and I hope you'll keep us updated. Come back and let us know how it's going in the future, and best of luck to you.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thanks
much.
for being here.
All right.